And welcome to the Athletic Brewing post-race report for the 2025 Precision Fuel and Hydration IRONMAN 70.3 World Championships from Marbella, Spain. We had 2 incredible days of racing for the professional women and men, and over 5,500 age group athletes as well. For the pros, redemption for some and sprint finishes for others, with the 2025 IRONMAN 70.3 World Champion title up for grabs. And as the last race in the 2025 IRONMAN Pro Series, we also saw our series winners crowned. I'm Laura Siddall, and let's take a look at all the action from the weekend. A simply stunning morning and backdrop as the 49 pro women ran into the Mediterranean Sea off the beach in Puerto Banús for the 1.9-kilometre Roca swim and the start of the 2025 Precision Fuel and Hydration IRONMAN 70.3 World Championships in Marbella, Spain. Britain's Lucy Charles-Barclay showing her swim was as good as ever, not affected by her DNF in Kona 4 weeks ago, as she injected pace from the start and was able to break away solo, getting a gap over Britain's Jess Learmonth and American Taylor Knibb, who were also out ahead of the rest of the field. Charles-Barclay stating afterwards she felt good in the swim and all things were going to plan for the day so far. She would reach the beach in 25 minutes and 5 seconds. Taylor Knibb exited the water 50 seconds behind Charles-Barclay, but went hard in the first 40 minutes of the bike, and by 10 Ks would have bridged up to Charles-Barclay. The two, like in Kona, battling it out at the front of the race. Knibb would drive the pace on the incredible roads of the Zoot 56-mile bike course as they headed up the first climbs, on switchback roads with stunning vistas, although doubtful they were taking in these views in the race. But she was unable to drop Charles-Barclay. Knibb, the 3-time IRONMAN 70.3 world champion, 22, 23 and in 2024, against Charles-Barclay, the 2021 IRONMAN 70.3 world champion, both with unfinished business for the year after DNFs in Kona in dramatic fashion on the run. The pair would push some impressive numbers as they took their turns at the front of the race. Behind them, a group of 4 came together, Paula Findlay driving hard with Sif Bendick-Madsen, Kat Matthews and Jess Learmonth. Madsen in her first race in 2025, in fact first race since August 24, having had a year struggling with injuries. But this group were around 4 minutes back from the leading pair. Knibb would lead into T2 and onto the Hoka run, Charles-Barclay 20 seconds back, but she would catch and overtake Knibb, taking the lead about 7 Ks into the run. Matthews would set off at pace to chase the lead, but having injured her calf a week or so earlier, soon succumbed to the strain and pain in her leg. Knibb now running in second, but unable to match Charles-Barclay's pace. For Matthews, it wasn't to be. Her shot at that elusive world title would have to wait another year. But for Lucy Charles-Barclay, her day got better and better, and she went from strength to strength in almost faultless execution as she headed past the Puerto Banús luxury marina. The 2021 IRONMAN 70.3 world champion bouncing back impressively after Kona. She would run down the finish, emotions ramped and high, to become the Precision Fuel and Hydration 2025 IRONMAN 70.3 world champion. Taylor Knibb crossing in second. These 2 remarkable women with impressive races given what they had both gone through in Hawaii. Both with the same coach, Dan Lorang, a much better day for both teams. And on 70.3 World Championship debut, the WTCS German athlete Tanja Neubert would finish in 3rd. And so to the men. Another spectacular morning in the heart of Andalusia on the Spanish coast as the 58 pro men ran into the Mediterranean to start their IRONMAN 70.3 World Championship Day. Unlike the women, no one was really able to break away from the field. The field strung out, but with big packs forming. A Italian Alessio Crociani would get a slight gap. He'd let out the water at the Paris Olympics and was third at the WTCS Grand Final a couple of weeks ago, with the second fastest swim and bike on that day. He would hit the beach first and into T1. Just 30 seconds later, chaos would ensue, with 43 men following him into T1, separated by only a minute. In fact, 52 men exited the swim with 3 minutes of each other, meaning long lines of athletes as they headed out onto the Zoot bike course. With such big groups, it was easier to say who wasn't there, notably Norwegian Gustav Iden. The 2019 and 21 70.3 world champion was further back off the pace. For defending champion Jelle Gaines, he had a stuttering start, crashing coming out of T1, leaving him with only limited gears at the start of the bike. But as the men headed up the magnificent climb, it was hard for anyone or any group to really get away. Magnus Ditlev, Rico Bogan, Jamie Riddle, Jonas Schomburg, Gaines, Casper Stornes, Swiss athlete Simon Westerman, and Matthias Margerier, all driving at the front. Also, Christian Blumenfeld, who was particularly vocal and fired up for the bike. Gaines had to stop again at the top of the climb, able to rebend his damaged derailleur and getting all his gears back, still impressively holding position in the front group. As the ride went on, the pace was kept high. A few athletes would start to detach off the back, leading a group of 9 descending back down. Riddle arriving in T2 first, Bogan, the 2023 70.3 world champion, right behind, with the rest following. The pace didn't slow, and it was on from the start of the Hoka run. Blumenfeld, Riddle and Bogan taking the lead, Schomburg and Gaines not far behind, Margerier and Stornes also in pursuit. Gaines, with more bike troubles, dropping his bike whilst racking in T2, would then charge up to the front 3 and head straight past, taking Blumenfeld with him, the others unable to match their pace. Gaines, the 2024 champion, and Blumenfeld, the 22 champion, would continue to push the pace and each other, neither one giving an inch, each at times surging but unable to break the other. And lurking behind, the 2025 Ironman world champion, Casper Stornes, as in Nice, letting the others charge off the start and now building back into third and closing. But there was nothing separating Gaines and Blumenfeld, coming down to a sprint finish in the finishing chute in one of the closest Ironman World Championship finishes in history. Jelle Gaines edging out Blumenfeld to become the 2025 Precision Fuel and Hydration Ironman 70.3 World Champion. That certainly meant a lot. Casper Stornes would finish in third, just 2 Norwegians on the podium this time. Lucy Charles Barkley, now a 2 times Ironman 70.3 world champion, with the fastest swim and run of the day, finishing 4:14.54. Taylor Knibb in second, unable to make it 4 in a row, but an impressive display after the last 4 weeks, and she did also put down the fastest bike split, 2:28.36. Tanja Newbert, a name for the future, perhaps after the 2028 LA Olympics, if not before, finished in third. And whilst the world's champion title may have escaped Kat Matthews again, she did successfully defend her Ironman Pro Series title, taking the 2025 Ironman Pro Series for the second year and $200,000 for the win. There was, in fact, no change in the top 5 after Marbella. Solveig Lofseth in second, Lisa Perterer in third, Jackie Herring 4th, and Laura Jansen in 5th. Belgium, Jelle Gaines took the title, a 1:07 and change run, 3:42 and 52. Christian Blumenfeld just 3 seconds behind in second, Casper Stornes in third, an incredible year for Stornes. And for the 2025 Ironman Pro Series for the men, well, Blumenfeld, much like Kat Matthews, whilst hasn't managed to claim a world title, did impress with his wins early in the year, consistency and podiums in Nice and Marbella to take the 2025 Ironman Pro Series. Casper Stornes finished in second. Results in Marbella meant that Denmark's Christian Hogenhaug moved up to third and Australians Nick Thompson to 4th. What an incredible year of Ironman racing it has been. Norway's Casper Stornes and Solveig Lofseth taking the Ironman World Championships on debut. Then Lucy Charles Barkley and Jelle Gaines both becoming 2 times Ironman 70.3 world champions. The Ironman Pro Series done for its second year, Kat Matthews and Christian Blumenfeld taking those titles.